Hey guys, Crockett36 here using an iPhone for the first time. Looking pretty sharp, I gotta tell you. I've had a Samsung with a broken, cracked screen, and then I took it out. So that's probably why all my pictures suck. So, anyways, here we have a game. I think we're in the 9th round. Never played this far into the game. We have a nation in economic collapse. It's not me, thankfully. And there I am, Russia. But the rest are in that pack except GB, which is usually high stress nation. And I bought stuff, and I also was able to capture the North. I let them slip past me, going to Sudan, Horn of Africa, and then finally made their way down, lost all that stuff, and lost Australia. And I am still in the first gray area. I just blown away by it. It's been a great game for the British. Huge stacks in India. I've pushed into Southeast Asia. I have Malaya. I'm the only opposition really that Japan has had. The United States has come in with their Air Force, but Great Britain has done, I think, exceedingly well for the fact that we lost Australia and South Africa. What does that tell you about the game? Now, I did take Norway. I don't have a figure there. And I did take Finland. And then, of course, Libya as well. So, looking good, strong. I'm going to actually have bidding power this turn. No one can outbid me this turn as the British. Oh, all right, so what else? America. America's done its thing. This is actually the first or second. This is the second force that's hit Europe. That's the third. And then this turn, I'm actually moving 43, 79, and 50 to A2 and B29 respectively. So there's a huge wave coming in to go right to A6. So we have the battle for Moscow, possibly in 2 turns. Now, if I was the Germans, I know exactly what I'd do, but I would put most of my troops in Bryansk. But I'm going to be able to hold that because I've got quite a bit of stuff, and if I just go defensive with the the infantry, I don't think you can take me out. 30 dice is just not enough to take all those infantry out. And then I'm going into Leningrad this time with that 27th, and then the 27th is going to be used to pin the guys in Bryansk because America will be able to go first because Germany has no resources. Now he's going to pay 5 to get out of that. He's buying 4 civilian goods and he's expecting 1 medal. I plan on denying him that 1 medal, which I believe is Bryansk. Well, in fact, it can only be Bryansk that he can capture. So, if I can deny him that, that's a game changer because he'll be stuck in economic collapse for 2 turns, which would be significant. Now, how do I keep the Russians out of economic collapse? I've got to send all sorts of troops to sort of catch these forces that could slip by me. For instance, the 30th, the 109th, the 114th. They could all endanger some of these territories, and I've got a sort of elaborate cover system. This guy, this 62nd, can grab one of these 2, and I got to guess which one. And then the 41st can move into this R15, although if I leave all these things here, which I plan to, that would be pretty devastating. He'd have a good amount of shots at me, but after he shot me, I could then devastate that force. We have a large battle over here. The Japanese pushed in, and I've got a nice 3 sub pack. He's only got the 1, so it's going to be 4 versus 6. I could push into P1. I'm really tempted to do that, but I feel like I can really make some headway and put some stress on Japan. Not too worried if that fails. I've got planes here. I've got the 3rd fleet down here to push in, and I need to start taking the 6th and making that way to Pacific. I'm not seeing the game ending anytime soon. I think the Russians are going to hold this. I've just got numerically like 50-some troops in the area. He's got like 30-some. Now, most of his are ground and most of mine are air, or even, so I've got a split of air. But I think I can stave off economic collapse. And so the 88th can pin the 30th right there. and then the 17th is going to come down and demolish that air. I believe the 19th is probably going toward Bombay because he's frustrated by that, and I'll leave those fighters right there to take him on. He does have some options here with the 113th. He could slip in the Middle East, but fortunately I've got a guy right here to slip back in there. I wanted him to go to Balkans, but he's going to, I would assume he'll move the 56th down here and not let me have it. I've also got the 57th Russian in M2, maybe to take Italy. No, I'm actually going to take Sicily for 1. And then next turn, I'll take Sardinia for another medal. The 14th, Russians are down here just to stay there and just sort of beat them up and outlast them. Obviously, the Japanese have lots of troops. Got troops in the water there, troops in the water there. He's about to send troops off of Australia. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go west? I don't think so. So, India's under pressure, but not right now. Not for 2 turns, probably. Not worried about it too much. The 63rd is actually going to engage and go right at that force, I think, because he would have 2 air going into there. I'll have force advantage. He'll have force advantage. I kind of like to kill him right now. Kill those troops. If I do, then all that's left is the incoming troops. But he does have more than I do, so maybe I should reconsider that. All right. No, I'm going into the J7 so that he can't use the Air Force. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to the J7. If he slips by me, that could be a problem, but I don't think he's bold enough to slip by me into Burma. All right, so there's my war room talk. I've got a nice convoy. So if you see this, I've covered every base. And because I have an aircraft carrier, nothing can slip by me here. So really feeling great about that. Even though he has a nice, strong Italian. And those aircraft carrier fighters have saved Leningrad's butt on 2 occasions, which is pretty frustrating. But good game, fun game. So, all right, so I'm going to sign off with that. I'm now into. I'm just going to go over here. I got to set up this game today. I'm in a YouTube war, and it is my turn as America, and it should be fun. Playing a bunch of guys. They beat us the first time, but I'm America this time, and I think I'm going to be able to hopefully make a difference. And I've sort of rediscovered the turtle strategy because I'm seeing it done by some very, very good players, and so it's making me reconsider. Even though it doesn't leave Russia a lot of options, it's going to leave Russia a lot of options late game, which is when my strategy usually gives out because I'm sending so many aircraft, British aircraft, American aircraft, to Moscow that I'm not able to effectively keep punching. So there's a pause in mid-game for me. Whereas if the turtle works out, then it doesn't need to be a pause. All right. That is, I've got a game with Trulpan that's really interesting. I'm doing extremely well strategically, but because we're playing balance mode, he's actually making $86 as the Japanese, even though he doesn't have any more victory cities than the standard ones. Not Bombay, not Sydney, not Hawaii, and he's making $86 because of the bonuses and the Pacific bonuses. Even though I've saved Moscow, he's turned aside from that. He's moved into the Caucasus and Germany. Even though Germany has not been extremely impressive, nothing out of the ordinary, is making $76. America, to compensate, is making $89, which is small compensation for the tremendous amount of income that the Axis is receiving. And so really I'm going to lose that game. Not because of any bad strategies. I've got control of Africa. I've got control of India. I've got control of the Middle East. But eventually it'll just overwhelm me. You'll just have too much income. So not too impressed by balance mode. I've always hated the NOs. And the balance mode is heavy on NOs. Although I was surprised at how practical the strategy was. The NOs didn't come to play until probably turn 6 or 7, where it really started to affect things. Up until then, I felt like I was winning. All right, and then I've got a game with Guan Solo. He did that's my son playing a video game. He did a sea lion, and I, this last turn, Guam Solo, Crockett 36 versus Guam Solo, was able to take back Great Britain, and really going to start putting the hurt on him. So looking forward to that. Although I think he might grab India, so that's compensation, right? And I got a game against my son, and the only thing I can say is, even if you capture Moscow, do not, I repeat, do not lose Berlin, because that is a toilet drain situation where the game just goes downhill. Even though you captured Moscow, took my $100 away. I don't know how that happens. Brain dead for a moment. Okay, fun stuff. Having a great time with my disability. Doing some writing on a story about board gamers, and turn that into a first-person narrative. Doing some gardening and some home improvements. All right, thanks guys. Crockett 36 out.